Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Captain Cyclone, our Iron Man Guardian. We are playing on Iron Man mode, which means if we die, we have to delete the character. The only exception being if we die in an instance mission at the point where we have leveled up. So the level up has happened inside the mission, and we have the ability to res inside the mission and not go to the hospital. We can do that once only for a given level. And of course, it just has to be luckily enough that we have done it when we have leveled up. We have a million influence because we sold some salvage, and that will give us enough to buy a full set of DOs at level 17, which we are 3,000 experience from getting. And we're on a story arc, and unfortunately, this must be a story arc that caps at level 14 because it keeps giving me level 14 missions, guys, even though we're level 16. So these missions are -2 to us. So this must be a story arc that just caps out at level 14. Didn't realize that when I took it. Of course, I think when we first took it, we were already on like triple XP. So that's part of the problem. We probably leveled up too fast relative to the speed with which the missions give you XP in normally. You know what I mean? In other words, we leveled up way faster than they would have expected us to, I guess. I don't know. These guys, by the way, are +1 to the mission, but they're still -1 to us. So, unfortunately, we're supposed to be playing on hard mode, and this is easy mode. Nothing I can do about that. I can't control it, and I can't make the missions... I can't change the mission difficulty without changing the overall difficulty setting, and our Iron Man rule is that once we change the difficulty setting up, we can't go back down, and I'm not making an exception for this. We'll just finish this up and then try to make sure we get into high level, level appropriate missions from now on. So we need to destroy 3 drug barrels, and I think, oh, watch out for that. I think that we will be able to finish this story arc shortly, and then we'll go on to the next one. I'm going to get rid of this Awaken, because I don't think we're going to need it. We do have this one over here. Hopefully that one will work for us. Not sure exactly how that works. I've never used it before. I tend to just go to the hospital with my characters, because usually by the time you've died, you've used up so many inspirations, you may as well go to the hospital and sort of purchase some more inspirations from them. We're trying to stay as far away as possible from this thing so that when it blows up, it doesn't damage me. 2 drugs to go. I've been having a lot of fun with this character. I think it's a combo of it being Iron Man, although not really Iron Man these last 2 episodes, and I do apologize for that, but also being just a cool set of special effects. I really like them. Oh, there were 4 guys there. I did not realize that. I thought there were 3. Let's kind of blow them back. There we go. One thing we got to watch out for with that is, as you saw in the last episode, perhaps, it is possible to blow them so far that they get like caught inside the geometry of the wall, and then you kind of have to autocomplete the mission, which is really annoying. So Rebirth's got some updates. One of the things that they gave us was a badge for the 2-year... can't believe I've earned 50 badges already, but yeah, there's a badge for the 2-year anniversary of this server. There isn't a badge for the 1-year anniversary. I guess they didn't have their act together to do that yet. But there is a badge for the 2-year anniversary. Is this an ambush? Are these guys coming after me? Or are they just wandering around? Oh, I'll tell you what's going to get me killed. I can see it already. I like going in for the chain shock, the melee attack, and I'm too much of a cowboy with that. And one of these days, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get like stunned or something, and I'm just going to get my butt kicked, and that's going to be the end of it. And that's how this character... I can already predict that's going to be how this character is going to die. It's going to be running in to do melee when I should have stayed back. Too aggressive, and I'm going to be too aggressive. I'm going to run in when I should have stayed back. I'm going to try to melee something I shouldn't melee. I'm going to get stunned or something like that, and I'm just going to get killed. That's probably the way this character is going to die. Obviously, I'm not going to try to do that, but I can see it already because I get impatient and I run in to do the melee attack because I like it and it does good damage, and I like watching it skip to other enemies, and so that's probably what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. I'm predicting that if I die, when this character dies, it will be from going in and doing melee when I should have stayed back at range. I can guarantee you that is what's going to happen. Now, for green cons, we don't have to worry about it too much, but, you know, when it's like a yellow con, 2 yellow cons or something, and I'm trying to make it jump from one to the other because I've enhanced that power or something, that's what's going to kill me. I thought there was another Vaj over here. I don't see one, so we'll just... Oh, there he is. A couple of them. Okay. I thought I saw more. I'm like obsessed with trying to make it jump, and you know, I just have the feeling that that's gonna do me in. That's how I'm gonna die. Ouch. And you can see how the Trank Dart isn't doing that much damage anymore. So we definitely need to get to the point where we are, we have a third ranged attack or additional melee attacks or something, so we can take that Trank Dart out of our rotation. I'm trying very hard to get the defenses in because I'm trying not to die, because we can only die once. Won't be hard not to die if we keep getting -2 missions, but obviously, you know, it's not set that way. It's just this mission must cap out, the story arc must cap out at level 14. Alright, so there's one more thing to fight, and then we have to defeat Sutures. So one more thing to blow up, and we defeat Sutures. I don't know where the other thing to blow up is, but I suspect it'll be near Sutures. What I really want is a nice area effect attack, besides the knockback. Right, the knockback's great, but what I really want is a nice area effect attack. I'm sure we will get that eventually. I haven't really looked that carefully at what's coming in the future. You know, to some degree, I'm trying not to do too much planning ahead, because I feel like if I do too much planning ahead, we're never going to get there anyway. Like, what's the point of figuring out what I'm going to have at level 33 if this character dies at level 20? Right, so I'm kind of like, even more than usual, just play as I go. Because I feel like since it's permadeath, there's really no point in making all these plans. Sort of like this friend of mine I've mentioned on the Quintessence Last and the other playthroughs that aren't Iron Man, where I actually have the ability to think about other things besides the game. Why do I keep missing this one guy? Finally killed him. But I mentioned how my friend likes to do builds and think way ahead. And that's the last drugs right there. And I guess, you know, that's great if you're playing a game where you expect the character to live. Right? But I think planning out too much, say in a game like Call of Cthulhu, where you expect your character to die, or maybe die, you know, like that, it's much more likely that they're not going to make it. In fact, it's kind of the point of the game that they're not supposed to make it to a certain degree. I would be much less liable to, I think, try to plan out what my character is going to do as I level, because you don't know if you're going to level anyway. So there's really not much point. Let's watch out for this guy. Trying to stay out of his melee range, and there we go. And now here is the last barrel. So I don't know what I'm going to get from level to level. I don't think there's any point to sort of deciding ahead of time when there's a pretty high chance that half of the levels you're planning out you may never actually see. Okay, that's a dead end. Where are we going here? This way? Is Sutures in here? I wouldn't think so. Sutures is going to be at the far end, I think. I do apologize if you hear a lot of noise. There are a bunch of trucks and stuff going by, and they're also mowing the lawn today. It is a Tuesday. And so I do apologize if there's background noise. Usually this mic doesn't pick up too much because it is directional and aimed at my mouth, but you know, sometimes the background noises do come in, so I do apologize. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with most of these guys, actually. Let's go find Suture, since this is a low-level mission. I want to get back to, like, actual hard mode where we're at least fighting plus zeros, and there is a chance we could die, because this is just silly. And this is one of the great flaws of City of Heroes. When you're on a story arc, you can't get off of it. So there's no way for me to go, okay, this obviously is a mistake. I didn't intend to be fighting level -2s. And the game's like, we don't care, you're fighting level -2s for the next 5 missions because you can't get off the story arc. And that sounds like Suture. Now we're going to have to defeat the rest of the guys in here as well. No, didn't mean to do that. You know, it's interesting. I never control click anything except practice brawler. I don't know that I ever... I know there are people who are like... There are healer players, you know, players of healing characters who have their heal on a control click where it just always goes off, and you can tell because it's just going off on a regular basis whether people need to be healed or not. Usually an area heal, right? And there are blasters who will, like, you know, control click one of their blast powers so that as soon as it recharges like this, it'll automatically fire, you know. But I've never done that with attack powers. I've never done it with anything but the practice brawler click power. And there is Sutures. It's a level 14 lieutenant, so we're not going to worry about this character at all. I tried to blow them down so that Sutures would not get stuck in a wall. I don't want to be unable to complete this silly mission. And that kills him. If that guy had been orange or something, this would have been a brutal fight. But because they're green, or blue, whatever, it's not as bad. You can see that even with blues, they still can do a tremendous amount of damage to you. And greens. So if this had been like a +1 room in a +0 mission where these guys are all yellows, it would have been absolutely horrible. And we would have had to do a lot of careful pulling. Come on. And even here I've got to use a green. That's okay. Go in for the melee. Bam. Missed. Ugh. And of course I'm getting a phone call. As soon as I finish this guy, I will pause it and answer the phone. So pardon me, folks. Alright, so we are done with the mission. We will head out and call our contact. And that is the end of the story arc, and we are going to hit level 17 in this episode. Do we have any more? We have Hugo Redding, Jake Montoya. I'm not sure what level those guys are. Let me pause while I check into their levels. Okay, so we don't want to do any missions for Hugo Redding. But if we talk to him, he might introduce us to a level 15 to 20 story arc. Jake Montoya is level 15 to 20, so we are going to do him as well. So let us head to... I'll do Hugo Redding off screen. Let's go talk to Jake Montoya at Skyway City. And this should get us to level 17, guys, and we'll be able to add more enhancement slots. And let's see, this is recharge. Yeah, let's go ahead and bump that up. Oh, shame. Most of these just need to be sold. Yeah, we're very close to leveling up. I don't know if we're on triple XP yet. So there was some sort of a downtime on this server. Let's take a look. Do we have anything to sell? Ah, we have another orange we can sell. Selling for 100,000 to... Well, let's put it up for... I don't know. 20,000? See if we sell it. So they had some sort of downtime on the server for almost an entire day. I think Monday. Yesterday? I think so. They went down at like 11 o'clock and didn't get it back up till 5, so they're going to be giving more XP. It's going to be triple XP, but I don't know if the triple XP is activated yet. I think it might not be activated until the weekend. Today's a Tuesday. I'm not sure. Okay, so let us go to Skyway City, and I don't know whether we're in the north or the south here. We'll talk to Jake Montoya. And I think this is going to be Clockworks. And since we have the contact, we'll go ahead and do it. So where is he? About 50-50, so we'll head there from here. Alright, so I will once again pause, and a little disorganized here, sorry guys. I'm going to pause it here when we're at Jake Montoya. I will bring you back. Alright, we're back. We're going to be introduced to Jim Tembler in Fault Line. And we have to go meet him. So I will head over there and I'll bring you back when we're talking to Jim Tembler. It looks like we're going to get onto the Fault Line storylines. Alright, well, since we're here, we're going to go ahead and find Fusionette. And let's see, this mission is level 16 now, so this is correct. Now we're going to find Fusionette, and we're going to have to escort her out and try to save her. And this begins the Fault Line series of stories. We're not going to pay a lot of attention to the story arc. We've done this before. This is just going through the missions and seeing how long we can go before we die. Lost. Okay, so these guys could be trouble because they might mez us. The blasters can do this. Can do a little bit of mezzing, so if I have to, I'll turn the mez defense on. I'm going to try not to do it. Because we're going to start running out of endurance if we use it too much. And we got a green one, that's good. We're going to need those a lot. We will probably level up in this mission, which means if we do, we have one free faceplant inside the mission. Well, so much for that pull. I was trying to avoid the blaster, but... Things are going to get so much better once we level, guys. So much better. Because we will have DOs on all of our powers. We haven't found any recipes yet, have we? Oh, we have a little bit. You know what? One of the things I do need to do... I don't remember if I've done this yet. Maybe I already have. I need to go to the college and do inventions so that I can get a free recipe. I can't remember if I've done that already. Have I done it already? I already have. Okay, good. Alright, we've leveled up, which gets us one free... what is this? Oh, we can't use it. It gets us one free res. We have that green arrow. We can now res once in this mission. After this mission's over, that's no longer true. Right, but basically it's a power. We've been powered up a little bit. Okay, better watch out. There are two lieutenants here. We don't want to aggro them both. go. See if we can chain that. Excellent. Alright. There we go. We're lucky we haven't faced any swordsmen, because those are the hardest of the headmen to fight. Doing pretty well here, guys. Much better fighting these guys than green cons, for sure. Now we're doing actual Iron Man, actual hard mode. Where if we die, the character gets deleted. So somebody said on one of my Quintessence last videos, when I was describing how this works, you don't have to actually delete the character. Yeah, I do. Like, that's the rule that I've made up for myself. If that's not the rule you would use, that's fine. But it is the rule that I'm going to use. And the logic was, well, there are all these slots. You don't need to delete a character. Yes, I want to delete the character. This is how I'm playing it, right? It's Iron Man. I've chosen to do that. If that's not the way you would play it, that's okay. You can play it any way you want. I'm obviously not following a City of Heroes rule. I'm just following my own rules for Iron Man mode. You can also leave a mission and go get inspiration. You've seen me do that with other characters. That's allowed in the game. I'm just not allowing it for myself. Now you see why I don't want the other toggle on. Look at how low our endurance is. I am very reluctant to do a rest to pick up endurance, because my concern is that oh, and that's an aberrant eremite. He's a lieutenant, though. We're going to put the Mez defense on. I'm reluctant to use up a rest when it's not for health, because we could die, right? So I'm trying to be very careful about that. Yep, that was an attempt at a Mez. We've got some psionic defense now, which will help us against him. And then Fusionette will be okay. We will have rescued her. I think we have to take her out through an ambush. Oh, missed him. We definitely want to put accuracies on that thing. Ouch. No, I don't want to be hit with that. Got him. And now we have to take her out. Come on, Fuge. You can fly, can't you? I thought you could. Could have sworn she could fly. Watching for ambushes, but doesn't seem to be one. I really like the name Fusionette. I think it's cute, and I think she's a cute character. I like her. She's one of the few NPCs that I like, in terms of personality, that I just really like. Alright. So we have leveled up. So let's go ahead and talk to Jim Tembler, and then we will level up. Alright, so thanks a lot. Introduced to a new contact. So this is Council or Outcasts. Alright, so what we're going to do is roll dice. 1 to 3. Or flip a coin. Heads, tails. That is heads. Staceman's head. So we're picking Suzanne. And he has another mission to help FusionNet again. But before we do that, we're going to level up, guys. Which is right near here. With Mirror Spirit, one of my favorite NPC designs. And I like the name, Mirror Spirit. It's just cool. There's some really cool NPC names in this game. I've said that before. They really do. Let's go ahead and click on a plaque. I have no idea which accolade that goes with, but it doesn't hurt to click on one if you see it. Okay, Mirror. Level me up. So let's see. Static shield. I think this can take... Hang on, let's get out of this and just check. I think this can take resistance enhancements, right? And it gives us 26% sonic resistance. So we're going to want to slot that. Okay, just checking. Well, we're definitely going to want a third slot and build up. I want to get these things going too. Let's go ahead and finish build up so we can triple slot that and get a slot in static shield. And then we're going to have to put our enhancements on it. How are we doing on time? So we're 26 minutes. I think we're going to stop here, guys, because I need to get a whole bunch of enhancements and everything, and then we won't have time to do another mission. So we're going to stop here. It's a little bit of a shorter episode, but we'll have a longer one next time, and we'll continue on the Fault Line story arc for Jim Tembler. Until then, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been Iron Man Mode on City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.